Speakers Bank Podcast. Our voices, our views.
Welcome. I am Nema.
I am Andrea.
And I'm Otsura.
From JTI, Speakers Bank Podcast. Our voices, our views. We are here today talking to Ann Hutchinson, one of the Speakers Bank speakers. Our topic today, we're going to be discussing to Ann about being out in the community with such condition, how it feels like and how it is. So my first question to Ann is, do you think there is equal opportunity for people with disability out in the community?
No. No, that was simple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of fear around people with disabilities. People don't know how to respond or react. So they just don't react. They just give you nothing. Or they avoid the subject. But no, there's definitely a challenge to finding work when you have a disability of any kind.
Fair enough. Yes. So my second question is, how will you advocate to people who have to have equal opportunity in terms of employment?
I think persistence is crucial. If you don't keep hassling people and keep asking for opportunities, you're not going to get them. Because people don't know that you want them. You know, they don't know
Right.
what you're looking for, so you have to be quite assertive.
Yeah. And so follow-up question is, have you experienced discrimination throughout your condition? Because quite a lot of time in the community, this discrimination is like a very big part in the community. So have you ever experienced anything like that in your condition out in the community?
Not in the community, because I look normal.
Okay.
And it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because I can pass for completely normal. But it means that if I do need consideration, I need to ask for it. There's no consideration given. I'm ignored equally with the rest of the community. But no, I haven't really experienced discrimination.
Yeah. So have you at least witnessed anyone in the community with a disability who has been discriminated because of their conditions?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little story?
Working within, because I volunteer for several disability groups, people have just assumed that you're a moron, especially with brain injury, because you sound a bit different and it takes it longer to get the hang of something. People assume you're dumb. And people who has physical limitations have it even worse. People, they don't know what to do, so they just treat you like trash. And one of the groups I run is a group for people with intellectual disabilities, and they break my heart. What has been done to them throughout their lives has just kept them down, because it's assumed that they're incapable, and it makes me furious. It's just horrible. So I try not to do that to people. Even the grumpy old lady in the supermarket, she's got issues too.
So Anne, we're gonna ask you about employment. So the first question is, what do you work and what do you do?
In the previous position that I had, I worked for a brain injury awareness and advocacy agency, teaching people with brain injuries how to use social media to stay connected and reduce isolation. And that was very challenging. Yes, it was full on. And what was the other part of the question?
Okay, so the second question is, how do you feel difficulties in finding employment?
I was fortunate with the first job I got after my disability, because I went and studied disability at TAFE and got my certificate for. And during the placement for that course, I got a job. And I still volunteer for that crazy organisation with the prospect of more work. So that's sort of how I got into it. My other job was with an organisation that I was a member of, the brain injury organisation. Just happened to have work come up. So, luck. Luck, and putting my hand up and saying, yes, I'll do that thing, I can do that thing.
And this is the last part of our question. And the first question is, how have you reconnect to the community after experiencing this situation?
I was lucky because I lived in an area where everyone knew me. They also knew what had happened to me, which was not all great because they all were a bit judgy, but they kind of embraced me with all of my craziness and my new fluffy brain injury, and I volunteered at the op shop and got reconnected into groups that I'd lost touch with in working and having a life. And I was back in Nunnaga, I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything else, so I volunteered with the op shop and at the local church, and that was so good. That was just extraordinary.
And then the second question is, how would you encourage the people to go out and reconnect in the community?
I would say volunteer.
Yep.
Once you're strong enough, because recovery is such a weird thing. Once you feel well enough to start walking around your local area, start volunteering, ask people if they need help with anything, and it's what worked for me. I'm not promising anything, but that's what worked for me. And I found a whole host of people that were wonderful and patient and put up with my nonsense and worked around my craziness instead of just looking at me like I was a lunatic. So, that's my tip, is just join in, just push your way into things.
Thank you so much, Anne, for having us, and we are very happy. I don't know if you have any questions or any comments at this point of time.
I don't think so. I think we've covered everything we needed to.
Thank you so much. So to finish off, if you have any topics, issues or concerns you want us to feature in the show, please contact us at 93140998 or visit www.speakersbank.org.au. Thank you.